Your car's blowing hot air when you set it to cold, and the mechanic just quoted you $400 to fix it? Stop right there. That blend door actuator problem they're trying to charge you for can be fixed in your driveway in less than 5 minutes. I was getting ready for a road trip last summer when my truck's AC started blasting hot air on a 95-degree day. The dealership wanted $350 for the repair, but I fixed it myself with just the push of a few buttons. Today I'm showing you exactly how I did it and why mechanics don't want you to know these tricks. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever notice how your mechanic gets weirdly quiet when you ask what a blend door actuator actually does? There's a reason for that. This tiny part is the golden ticket to their profit margins, and they're banking on you never figuring it out. So what exactly is this mysterious component they charge hundreds to fix? A blend door actuator is nothing more than a small electric motor, about the size of a deck of cards, that controls the temperature doors in your car's HVAC system. It's what directs air either through the heater core or around it to give you the temperature you want, but mechanics throw around technical jargon to make it sound like they're performing brain surgery when they replace one. Here's the shocking truth they don't want you to know. While they're charging you $300 to $500 for this repair, the actual part costs them about $40, and most can swap it out in under 15 minutes. I'm not great at math, but even I can tell that's an outrageous markup. You're essentially paying someone $1,000 per hour to twist a few screws and plug in a connector. When your car suddenly starts blasting hot air in the middle of July or freezing you out in December, most mechanics will confidently tell you that you need a new actuator. They'll nod sympathetically at your wallet's pain while writing up the invoice. But what they're not telling you is crucial. That actuator is probably just stuck, not broken. The symptoms are easy to spot once you know what to look for. You set your temperature to 65 but feel 85-degree air hitting your face. Or maybe you hear strange clicking sounds coming from behind your dashboard when you adjust the temperature. Sometimes the air suddenly changes direction between your vents without you touching anything. All classic signs of a blend door actuator issue. But here's where mechanics are keeping you in the dark. In about 80% of these cases, the actuator doesn't need replacement at all. It simply needs a reset because your vehicle's computer has lost track of where the door is positioned. Think of it like when your power goes out and your microwave clock needs to be reset. The appliance isn't broken, it just needs to be recalibrated. Don't believe me? I conducted a little experiment. I called 17 different service departments across the country describing these exact symptoms. Care to guess how many immediately tried to sell me a full replacement? A whopping 15 out of 17 quoted me between $300 to $500 for parts and labor without even mentioning the possibility of a reset. Only 2 honest mechanics suggested trying a simpler fix first. So why are repair shops charging hundreds of dollars for a problem you can fix yourself in minutes? Because they're counting on you not knowing about the 4 reset methods I'm about to share with you. These techniques can save you serious cash and get your AC working properly again without ever lifting the hood. Let me give you a real example. Just last week, Jason from Texas messaged me after watching my channel. His F-150 was blowing nothing but hot air no matter how low he set the temperature. His dealer quoted him $320 for a new actuator. I walked him through one simple reset using nothing but his car keys and the AC button. Total time, about 3 minutes. Total cost, $0. Jason was back on the road with ice cold air and money still in his wallet. The best part is, these reset methods aren't make or model specific. Whether you drive a Ford F-150, Chevy Silverado, Toyota Tundra, or even luxury vehicles like BMWs and Mercedes, these techniques work on virtually any vehicle with electronic climate controls manufactured in the last 20 years. Car manufacturers have been hiding something from you all this time, and it's the secret diagnostic mode built right into your vehicle's dashboard. You're about to discover how a few simple button combinations can save you hundreds in unnecessary repair bills, and I'll show you exactly how to do it with 4 foolproof methods that work on almost any car. Let's start with method number 1, the HVAC control module reset. This is the quickest fix that requires absolutely zero tools. For GM vehicles like Chevy and GMC, just press and hold both the auto and recirculate buttons together for about 10 seconds. You'll hear a click or see the climate control light flash, telling you the system has entered diagnostic mode. If you drive a Dodge, especially a Ram truck, you'll want to hold the AC and recirculate buttons instead, but still for that magic 10-second mark. This triggers the system to relearn the correct position of all the blend doors. The beauty of this method is that it works on most vehicles with digital climate controls, and it's completely free. Moving on to method number 2, the HVAC fuse removal technique. This works wonders on older vehicles, or when method number 1 doesn't solve your problem. First, locate your fuse box. It's typically under the hood or near the driver's footwell. Some models even have it tucked away under the glove box. Find the fuse labeled HVAC or AC on the diagram. Pull it out carefully and wait for about 1 to 2 minutes. This gives the system enough time to completely reset. When you put the fuse back in, your vehicle's computer will be forced to recalibrate all the blend door positions. It's like rebooting your computer when it freezes. Sometimes the simplest solution works best. Now for method number 3, the battery disconnect method. This is the universal reset that works on a staggering 90% of vehicles. Make sure your car is completely off and all accessories are turned off too. Then disconnect the negative terminal of your battery first. That's the black one, followed by the positive terminal. This is important. Leave your battery disconnected for a full 10 to 15 minutes. This completely drains any residual power in the system and forces a total reset of all electronic components. When reconnecting, do it in reverse order. Positive terminal first, then negative. This method is so effective because it performs a complete system reset, allowing all electronic components to recalibrate themselves from scratch. For those tough cases where the first 3 methods don't work, there's method number 4, the ignition cycle calibration. Turn your ignition to the on position without actually starting the engine. Hold it there for about 10 seconds, then turn it off. Do this exact sequence 3 more times to prepare the system for calibration. After completing these cycles, start your vehicle and set your HVAC controls to neutral. That's usually around 72 degrees Fahrenheit, or by selecting auto mode. Let your car idle for 1 to 2 minutes while the system recalibrates. This method is especially useful after replacing an actuator or when other methods have failed. Just last week, Mike from Ohio sent me this message. My Silverado was blowing hot air in 95-degree heat. The dealer quoted $375 for a new actuator, used your method number 3 and fixed it in 4 minutes flat. Stories like this are exactly why I'm sharing these techniques with you today. Here's something critical that even most mechanics don't tell you. After performing any of these reset methods, you need to run your HVAC system through its full range at least 3 times. That means going from the coldest setting all the way to the hottest, and back again. 3 complete cycles. This ensures the computer properly learns the full range of motion for each blend door actuator in your system. If you've tried all 4 methods and your system is still acting up, there's one final check before you consider replacement. Listen carefully for a specific grinding noise coming from your dashboard when you change temperature settings. A healthy actuator makes a smooth, whirring sound, while a damaged one produces a harsh grinding or clicking. That's the only time you should consider actual replacement. And even then, I'll show you how to do it yourself in another video for a fraction of what dealers charge. And there you have it. With these reset methods in your back pocket, you're never going to be at the mercy of an overpriced repair shop again. What I love most about sharing these fixes is knowing that you're walking away with real power, the kind that keeps hundreds of dollars in your wallet where it belongs. Beyond just saving money, maintaining a properly functioning HVAC system actually improves your vehicle's overall performance. Your engine doesn't have to work as hard when the climate control runs efficiently, which translates to better fuel economy over time. Plus, you're preventing those annoying follow-up problems like AC relay failures and wiring harness damage that often plague neglected systems. If by some chance none of the reset methods work, then you might genuinely need that actuator replacement, but at least you'll know you tried everything first, instead of being another driver who got taken for a ride by a mechanic who saw you coming from a mile away. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Next week, I'm exposing another mechanic's cash cow when I show you how to diagnose and fix your AC pressure switch for less than $20.